Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do this quick tutorial for how to set up Conversion Blitz and actually automate the content that it creates and generates for you to something like Tumblr. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to set up a webhook through make.com, which is an AI automation platform where you can connect different services and softwares together to actually create automations and then run them. And I'm just going to walk you through what that looks like. You're going to need to use what's something called a webhook. Don't worry if you're not technical or if you don't know what that means. I'm going to walk you through the process. But basically, at the end, you'll be able to syndicate and publish on an automated basis content, optimized content to something like Tumblr using make.com. But keep in mind, given the fact that make.com integrates with all sorts of different platforms, it could be Tumblr that you automate your content to, it could be WordPress, it could be Blogger, it could be Google Docs, it could be a Facebook page. The sky's the limit, and I'll probably do more tutorials on this, but for this demo purpose, I'll just use Tumblr as an example. So once you sign up for Conversion Blitz, we've got a free trial. You can see all kinds of AI lead generation tools inside of the suite that we have to offer. You just scroll down to the bottom to AI articles, click Use this software. Now you're going to go over to Write Articles. You can name your project whatever you want. You can write a blog post article or a news article, and you've got different languages that you can use. And then you enter in your keyword. So, for example, our keyword is email marketing campaigns for startups. You just click Search Articles, and it's going to go out and actually do the work for you in terms of processing keywords, finding those high ranking articles, rewriting them with AI, and then optimizing them using our proprietary algorithm and framework so that you can actually have optimized articles ready to go. And that includes images too, as well, to create for them. Everything with your headers, H1, H2, H3, all that good stuff. So you can see here after you've given it some time to process. We've got different articles here. These are what you could create. So I hasn't created it yet. I'm just going to untick these. So you can have average ranking articles, medium ranking, or high ranking. I'm just going to untick these so that the left-hand side is cleared out. We're just going to use one as a test, just for test purposes. So let's say we want to go with this first one here, Ultimate Guide to Launching Cold Email Marketing Campaigns for Startups. Approximately 6,987 keywords, high ranking potential. You just come down to this purple button here at the bottom and you click Write. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to go off and in the background, go out and rewrite that article, rewrite the content using AI, and optimize it all in the cloud. You don't have to actually download anything. If you want to check the status, you just go to All My Articles, and it should pop up. I've got a couple of test articles that I set up, so there will be a list, but for you, it will be empty except for your first article. And you can see here processing soon. So this is in our queue, this is in the system, and it's going to start doing all of that good stuff. Now, before we, or as that's doing, or as the software is writing that in the background, we want to head over to settings. And you can see I've set up some tests here, but this is where you would set up your integration to something like make.com so that you can actually hook it up or hook Conversion Blitz up to Tumblr. So make.com is sort of the middleman. They're the hook between these two platforms. So you want to scroll down to add a new integration and name it whatever you want, test or whatever you want. You can change the main color of the blog. You can upload your own custom background image, or you can have unique images generated by us. And then you've got two examples of integrations. You can do it to a WordPress blog straight through the Conversion Blitz platform, super powerful. Or for something like Tumblr, since it is not WordPress, you can use something called a webhook URL. Now, don't worry if this sounds scary or if you've never worked with it before. We'll walk you through the process. Before I do that, you can see here we've got time zones. So I'm in the Eastern time zone. You can publish it any day of the week, add articles, and then you can actually pick your times when you want to publish it in 5-minute increments. So you could actually set up this entire content engine to publish every day of the week, even every 5 minutes. Super, super powerful. So once you have everything set up, you click Add Integration. But first, we're going to need this in this field, this webhook URL. Now, in order to get that, you go over to make.com you just go to make.com and you sign up for a free account. And on the left-hand side, you go to scenarios and you just click create a new scenario. Now I've set up one here just so that you can see what the finished product looks like. I'll walk you through how to set this up. Basically, I've already set this up because once the article is created, it needs time to actually finish creating. It'll hit that timer. So what we talked about here with the actual time to publish, then it has to get picked up by make.com through this webhook. And then in this Tumblr module, you'll actually have the fields appear, which you'll need to designate so that you can tell make.com what the title is, what the body of the content is, where to post it, that sort of thing. So it's a bit tricky to set up live in real time since the article is set out into the future, but I'll just kind of show you this example so you kind of know how to set it up. Again, you go to scenarios, and you just click create a new scenario once you're on that screen, and you'll be taken to this. In this kind of dashboard here, what you want to look for is what's called a webhook. So if I wanted to add an extra module, you can see here webhook, but you can just search down here webhook. And you click webhook, and this custom webhook, this is the one that you'd want. So you'd click that, and this would appear. Inside of this one, you can see I've already set it up. You would just click add. And then once you click add after you've named it, I've just named it test 2. You just name it whatever you want. After you've clicked add, it'll give you this URL. This is the webhook URL that we need to give to Conversion Blitz inside the software there. So you just click copy address to clipboard, go back, scroll up to where it asks for the webhook URL, and you just drop it in. Okay, very, very simple. So once you add your webhook, again, we're looking for a custom webhook. So just go back and show you that one more time. Webhook, custom webhook. This is the one that you'd want to click on. Once you do that, you just name it whatever you want. I've named it test 2. Click add, and this URL should appear. And this is the URL that you want. To make things simple, you just click copy address to clipboard, go back, drop it in here, scroll down to the bottom, click add integration. Okay. Oh, I have to name this. Let me just name this another one, test 3 here. And then you just click add integration. Okay, so that's live. And on the same side here, go back to make and just click save. Okay. Now your webhook is actually set up. So essentially what that's done is it's hooked up Conversion Blitz to make.com. Now we need to hook up make.com through this webhook to Tumblr. So you would just click the add another module button. So for example, demo purposes, you click to Tumblr, and then there's a bunch of different options. You just click create a post, and that's the one that you're looking for. I'll actually delete this module, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we've set up our webhook, right? We've named it. We clicked add. We grabbed that URL. We went back to Conversion Blitz, dropped it in, and clicked add integration. Now it's all live, and you can see it's active, right? So we come back here, and we say, okay, we want to look for Tumblr, create a post. And because I've already hooked up my test account here, it's going to appear in the dropdown. But what you do is you would click add and just make sure you have your username and password ready to go, because it's going to ask you to log in and then approve the integration or the connection with make.com. Very self-explanatory. A new window opens up. Just follow the steps. Have your username and password, log into Tumblr through that window, and click add or approve. And make sure that make.com has all the permissions they need. Once you do that, this dropdown, your Tumblr account should appear like it has for me, Sasscasts. So I'll click that. Blog, there's only one there, so I'll click that. And then type, there's all different kinds of content you can syndicate to Tumblr, but in our case, we want text since it's an article. And because we've hooked it up to webhook, and because I've already sent a demo article to this webhook, it's picked up all the different possible fields for me to actually send over to Tumblr. So by that I mean, I'll show you what I mean. I'll click into title, and you can see here webhooks, right? All these different fields come from that sample demo article. We've got our H1, we've got our meta title, our meta description, cover image, all this sort of stuff, right? And if this doesn't appear for you, don't freak out. Don't worry about it. What's probably happened is um, you haven't actually created the article and published it in its final form. You haven't set up your webhook and you haven't clicked run once. If you click run once to your webhook, all of these fields will get populated because it actually it grabbed that sample article and all of the info and kind of where everything is. So I would suggest setting up your webhook and hit run once you have a demo article set up inside here. So for example, if I go over to all my articles, this article is completed, right? And before I forget, what you actually want to do is you want to link the integration, right? So if you click link integration, you just select the one that you set up. So for in our purposes, it would be test 3, and you say link this integration, right? So now it's all scheduled based off of whatever you set up. But if you want to change it, you go back to settings, click into your integration. So for our case, it's test 3, and just click configure. You scroll down to the bottom and you set all this up. So what I'd suggest is set up your webhook, go back to Conversion Blitz, create your article just the way that we did it using your keyword, set up this integration, and then set up the time to publish to be like 5 minutes from your current time. Come back to make.com and just run this once with your webhook so that it actually picks up those fields and that information, because otherwise it won't populate because it doesn't know what Conversion Blitz produces and what the title is, what the content is. So just do that if you don't see all of this appear. But since I've set everything up in terms of the webhook and I've actually hit run once and it's picked up all of that information from our sample article, all of this appears for me. So coming back to this, we just want to finish off setting up our Tumblr account. You would want to click H1 for your title, because that's usually the title of the article. And then for your body, you would just click content. Okay, and it's going to populate those fields. And because I ran the webhook once already after I published my demo article, it knows where to find this through the webhook, if that makes sense. Now everything looks good. You just click save, and all of this should be good to go. Now, if I click run once, this is going to pick information up. It's going to listen for any content that's produced through Conversion Blitz at designated times, whatever your schedule is. It's going to grab all that information, the title, the H1, the headers, the body content, the image, so on and so forth through the webhook. And then it's going to send it to Tumblr. And because this is all set up, and you can even say, immediately, or you can do it at regular intervals. You can do it once. You can do it every day. You can do it on demand, specified dates. You can basically set up this listening antenna or this webhook at all of these different schedules, which you can choose. And it's going to listen for any content that is produced through Conversion Blitz. And then once it picks that up through the webhook, it's going to send it over through Tumblr. And here's what a final article looks like. This is just my demo Tumblr account. And this was the article that I produced, or that I had it set up. So Unlocking Growth, the Ultimate 2025 Email Marketing Guide for Startups. It's just picking up the meta title and the H1 as well. I just wanted it twice there, just for a little bit of extra SEO. You can do that on Tumblr, but you shouldn't do that on your blog. You should just do that on something like Tumblr. And then this is the content. So it's actually created that content. You can see here there's different links as well. And it's just a good solid piece of content. Here's a sample image. Yeah, it's a good solid content here that you can actually, and remember, it's a long piece of content too, right? So this will get picked up for lots of keywords. It'll be found through Tumblr, and just super, super powerful based on the fact that you can set up this automation through make.com, use that webhook feature, hook into conversionblitz.com, and just have these articles. Remember, if we went back to write articles, remember when we actually searched the keyword, there was a whole bunch of articles. We could literally click all of those, add that into my article database. I could just click all of these. I could download them for sure, but I could also schedule them out, all of them, through make.com to get picked up through the webhook and published to Tumblr every day, or every hour, or every week, or every second day at certain time intervals, whatever you like. But super, super powerful. especially this webhook, because it's kind of like a universal antenna. It's a universal hook to basically hook Conversion Blitz once it produces its articles to any kind of platform. This is just an example using Tumblr, but you could do Blogger, you could do WordPress, you could do Google Docs, you could do all kinds of different things and syndicate your content out to all these different platforms. And for example, this demo Tumblr account, I've got my header image that's promoting Conversion Blitz. I've got a link back to the Conversion Blitz software here in the header. So basically, you've got free advertising space. As people find your Tumblr through all of these optimized articles, they're going to come here at the top and see, whatever you're linking to and whatever you want to promote, or you can put a header image here promoting your offer or your service or your business, whatever it is. And you could just have that promoting your content and getting traffic to your Tumblr on autopilot every single day. And it's hands off. All you have to do is set it up through Conversion Blitz and make sure you've got a make.com account, set up your webhook, and hook it to these different services. Now, there's a lot more complex scenarios that you can do. Like I said, we can do it to WordPress. We can do it through social media as well. So we can literally take our webhook, publish it to Tumblr, publish it to WordPress, and then syndicate it out to a Facebook page, a Twitter post, even a YouTube video. If you're that advanced using make.com, there's the sky is limitless. The possibilities are endless. It's the only limitation is your imagination. With a powerful tool like this that hooks up Conversion Blitz's new AI SEO software with all of these different platforms. So hopefully that made sense. I will actually download this I'll export this as a sample blueprint, and I'll drop a link to this in the YouTube description. So if you don't necessarily want to set this up yourself, or if you want a starting point, you would just click here to this hamburger menu where it says more. You would just click import blueprint, and you would just upload the JSON file that I give you, click save, and then once you do that, you'll basically have this scenario here. So you can set that up for yourself. And of course, you'll have to walk through the steps. You have to create your own webhook URL. You'll have to set up your own Tumblr account, that sort of thing. But you'll actually have this this entire diagram that you can import into your make.com account and get yourself started. With something that's already imported into your account. So that can be kind of nice. But again, super powerful integration with the Conversion Blitz software. Just heading back here to all our software. We've got all kinds of software for your AI lead generation efforts. You could find emails, you could do LinkedIn automation, send emails, find emails, extract them. You could do a chatbot. You could do social proof notification, which you could actually resell these to local businesses. Online review management software. Again, you could resell this to local businesses, make your money back. Once you sign up for Conversion Blitz, we've got an API to prevent fake emails. And then our new powerful optimized SEO article content automation tool here. And there's other things here that you can do as well. You can do automatic writing, so you can crawl news articles and write articles about that. If you click here, you can kind of walk through or do some more research as to what that is, schedule to your blog. You can do all kinds of things here. But I wanted to do that tutorial for how to set up your automation from make.com to Tumblr and actually automate your Tumblr using AI. I'll do other tutorials like how to do it with WordPress and Blogger and all sorts of other platforms as well. And I'll probably put them all in like a master playlist. So it'll be your ultimate AI content creation masterclass. And you can just come back to these videos, follow along, and set up your digital content empire that's literally automated content creation and posting and driving traffic back to your sites and your offers every single day, hands-free. So go to conversionblitz.com, sign up for that, sign up for an account with make.com. You can even sign up for a free account and just use that to test this out. Set up your connection and play around with it and drive that traffic back to your site through places like Tumblr. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.